I've known Justin for 15 years. You know, when your best friend decides to not be what you always thought he was going to be, and he was going to go something in the complete opposite direction, you're hesitant. It's almost like your kid telling you, I'm going to be president, or I'm going to be an astronaut. You're like, okay, you know, you eat toothpaste, but you want to be president.
Please welcome Nick's very special guest, originally from Oklahoma City, now lives in New York City. You may have seen him at the Apollo Theater. Please welcome Mr. Justin Smith.
My name's Aaron. I've worked at the Comedy Cellar for just about 10 years, and I've known Justin for, I want to say, I don't know exactly, probably more like 3 years. I actually went to see him at New York Comedy Club, which is only the second time that I've gone to see anyone do comedy outside of the Cellar in 10 years. I think he's well on his way to, you know, getting there. It's how do you reach that? But then it's like almost then you breach into another level where you're like maybe a regular at the Cellar, but you're also stuck at that level and you can't breach into, you know, stardom or really being a success. So every level kind of has its, I think it's a plateau kind of system where it's 5 years, you get here, then you make a nice jump, then it's another 5, you know. Obviously it's different for everyone. Comics not necessarily ruin their life. I think comics that are successful, their lives are already ruined. And that's the reason they are comics, and that's the reason they're funny. I don't think they necessarily get worse once they become a comic. They may just, you know, stay in that same kind of, you know, dark, depressed, egomaniac type of self-serving person that they are. But yeah, I mean, it's not for the faint of heart. It's definitely a tough line of work for anybody. I think it's a tough line of work for even someone that's, you know, Seinfeld. I'm sure he has some interesting moments when he goes to sleep at night, so.
There's something about the fear of like, once you say, I'm a comic, that's my job. I don't do anything else. This is my job.
Right.
There's something about that switch that happens in your brain.
So I really get upset with people that work regular jobs, but will shit on people who do this like it's not work. Right. That really fucking bothers me. Now don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm no fool. It's not like I don't understand the fact that like I don't have to deal with a shitty boss. I gotta look in the mirror to find that guy. But I don't have to deal with a shitty boss. I'm not doing construction, you know what I mean? But I guess more so when I'm saying that irks me, or maybe, who knows, maybe I'm jealous of it. I don't know. If any psychiatrist want to analyze me, feel free. But this isn't a promised check. You know what I'm saying? You have promised money. If your money is promised and you're complaining about how shitty this is, it's like, bro, you want to switch? You want to switch? You want to have the fucking last week before the fucking first, and you don't know if you're going to have your rent, and you need this fucking last fucking show of the month, and you need to make sure that shit happen. You need to hope this promoter ain't janky. You need to hope that fucking people show up. You need to fucking understand, even after all your ego, like, damn, I ain't from Chicago. I don't know how many motherfuckers gonna come out here. I gotta make sure I can get radio. Oh shit, I don't got a radio agent. You gotta make sure that all that stuff, because no matter what, you're gonna have to pay your bills. But when you work a job and your bills are promised and you get to do stand-up, but then you complain about that, it's like, I get it, but I can't say I appreciate it.
Mac Miller would always use this word, elevate. And I love that word because elevate has nothing to do with anybody else.
Yeah.
It just has to do with you and your own projection. It's the same thing that, like, it's like the point you made with Damien where it's like, it has everything to do with where you, so like you just becoming more cultured, more well-read, you become a better, you use your mind better, you can become more focused, more driven, and when all of a sudden all those things that are around you that are distractions, they're all gone. You just want to take your art and be better.
Right.
And I think so many people like miss that.
Right. But I think the reason that they miss it is because there's one thing that a lot of us don't do is that a lot of us haven't defined what success is. Excuse the lisp. A lot of us haven't defined what success means to us, right? Now, most people look at Kevin Hart and go, he's successful. It's like, yeah, Kevin Hart is successful. He definitely is, probably the most successful. But also, and this isn't a knock by any means, fucking Andrew Schultz is also successful. You know what I mean? There's also somebody whose name you might not know that's only doing like spots, right? But they're paying their bills.
Right.
Their fucking kids is going through college, they're paying their mortgage, and they doing comedy full time. When you make decisions, make sure you can look in the mirror and be happy with what you did. That's all. If you look in the mirror and go, I fucked up, well then maybe don't fuck yourself up like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying be afraid of your dream. I am saying if it's gonna be worth throwing it all the way, then throw it all the way.
I don't know what people think being a comic is, but it's not like Instagram. Like people think, oh, it's just great thing after great thing after great thing. No, there's so many it just takes years and years and years. There's just so many things in between these amazing moments, and people don't seem to realize that. So now it's about likes and shares and what people think of what you're doing, and the idea of what it is gets lost.